Hello! Hi, it's a beautiful day down here. I'm in Davenport, Florida. That's where I escaped to. It's going to be 88 degrees today, so it's a normal work day for my cousin and her family. So it's going to be a pool day for me. I took a nice little walk back to the lake. I like it here by the water. They have a few cranes, gray cranes or blue cranes, I don't know what they call them. But you get to see nature, and I appreciate that. I appreciate nature. I just love it. And every one of my trips that I take will include some nature. Now let me give you a recap of my adventure. Oh, I just love taking adventures. As I get older, the more I appreciate them, I think, because they're grown-up adventures. I didn't have to run after no sugar babies. Though I love my sugar babies. But you can enjoy nature more when you don't have children to worry about falling in a hot springs, okay? So we started our trip into Memphis. We flew into Memphis, and Memphis has changed. You hear me? I was in Memphis 5 years ago. Me and my cousin Bonnie got to plan and take my Aunt Jenny to Graceland. I had spoke to her like, what would you ever regret not doing? And she's like, well, I wish I would have went to Graceland. So we got together, made a plan, and we took her to Graceland. And it was a fun trip. I really enjoyed our Graceland adventure. But on that adventure, we went to Beale Street. Beale Street's a famous street. It's got fabulous food and lots of things. The Hard Rock Cafe was where we ate last time. So Amy's husband, Chad, is a foodie. When we said we was planning this trip, he decided to go to be our protectors. And we're planning on visiting all 50 states. So Arkansas was one we both didn't have. So, and the pandas was my bucket list animal that I wanted to see. So we combined the two, and we got it done. And I'm so happy. To say in 2020 I accomplished something is besides going crazy. You know what I mean? But we got to go to Memphis, and he found this fabulous place. Actually, it's on the 25 things that you must do in Memphis is eat at the place we ate at. Oh, I forget the name of it again. I think it's called Blue Street Cafe or something, but it's right on the corner of Beale. Well, we arrived at our hotel, which was La Quinta. It was a nice name brand, place. When you Google it and everything, it's nice. But the outside was in a kind of a rough neighborhood. Matter of fact, they made us park within gates and walk to the back, so we were in 9-foot gate section. That should have been our clue, but it was a good place to stay. We got in really late, and that's all we did. So we got there. He wanted to go to this place, so we called an Uber, and we went to Beale Street, and we waited. He ordered a T-bone steak that was huge. It was like, I don't know, probably 5 pounds worth of meat. He loved it. It was a massive piece of meat and everything. So it took a while to cook that steak. So when we got out, it was probably after midnight. And we got there after dark, but when we left, it was after midnight. And we walked out of that place. We were face to face with a patrol car and a policeman who looked at us Hoosiers, because they're transplant Hoosiers, and looked at us like, what are you all doing here on Beale Street? You're gonna get murdered if you don't get out of here. And so I said, well, you guys take a look around, because this is it. We ain't going no further than this corner where this patrol car is. And yeah, Amy was adamant that her husband wanted to walk the whole thing, and she was like, take a look. So we took a look, and we got back to the corner where some more patrol cars were. So Memphis has changed in the last 5 years. Their crime rate has gotten extremely high, so I wouldn't recommend going without protection of a strong man or something more than a strong man, a little pistol or something. But we survived and we had a good time. I enjoyed it. And then we traveled over to Little Rock and stayed over at Little Rock for a few days. And then we traveled over to Hot Springs. Hot Springs is a nature's paradise. They've capped off most of the hot springs. That made me I was a little bit sad about that. I thought, why would you guys do that? I don't know. They said it was to protect the water, protect, I don't know. Why do people mess with nature? Well, nobody knows, but they think they're doing all right. So anyway, found this little pool, natural hot springs that people could put their hands in. You could test it. Now, the water was hot. But I was determined. I don't come to hot springs without experience hot springs. So I took my shoes off and put my feet in, and Amy's got a picture of me I have to share on Facebook sometimes, and the water was hot. And my feet stayed in there a long time, maybe a full minute. They say the waters can get up to 142 degrees, but it wasn't that bad. I get in hot tubs at 107, my whole body. So put your foot in something that's hot it was probably maybe 120 yesterday, or not yesterday, the other day. I thought I could do this, and it was really nice. And I have that experience. And then they had a fountain that shot out the natural springs. You can put your hand in and feel how hot it was. But it was experience. And they had other fountains popped up here and there. And just to be able to walk into the nature and then find a fountain that had just a stream of natural springs, it was wonderful. And the rock formations and the different settings, Little Rock's Hot Springs was amazing. So on our way out, we didn't want to go back towards Beale Street. So we were like, oh, there's a pyramid, right? There's a great big pyramid in Memphis, and it's just calling my name. I was like, we might as well. Amy's like, yeah, it's here. I was like, yeah, it's here. We'll just cross it off our bucket list. That we was in the pyramid in Memphis. And it was amazing. It was a Bass Pro Shop, and it had everything in there. It had restaurants, and it had an elevator to the top. It had, the restaurant up to the top was closed because of COVID. But you could eat at a cafe downstairs. So puzzle me this, riddle me that. I don't know. How does COVID affect upstairs but not downstairs? Y'all crazy with this COVID rules. But everybody had a mask on, and it was amazing. I watched older people do archery, and they were selling everything, and Amy surprised me with a little gift. I seen something that said, I'm a happy camper, and it was a little coffee mug with a little s'mores, and I was like, oh, this is me today. I'm a happy camper. And when I got back to the room, she presented me with that. That's what I'm gonna stay. I'm a happy camper, and I'm happiest when I'm out taking an adventure. So Memphis has crossed off the bucket list. Okay, we did it. A little bit more dangerous. So I'm warning you guys, if you go, the violence and the feeling is a little bit rougher than what it was 5 years ago. Arkansas is beautiful country, and I have a cousin that lives in Arkansas. And I'm still planning on a trip there, but it'd have to be another time. And shout out to my cousin. You keep on keeping on, praying for you as family. So I just hanging out here, and it's going to be a pool day for me. My feet, one of my toes did not like the 6-mile walk that I did the other day, and I need a new pair of shoes. And I can't believe I forgot my sunglasses on this trip, and I have my sun hat, but I left it back in the room. But the sounds of Florida is always lawnmowers. They're always cutting grass here, doing something. Isn't this a beautiful spot? But I'm having an adventure. I am having an adventure. Later on, I'm going to go to see a kangaroo. They have a kangaroo that lives down the street. So sometime this week, I'm going to get over to see the kangaroo that you can actually go up to. That'll be something. I like nature. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I am happy and blessed in the Lord. I'm in my happy place. Um, Sometimes you just need to get away, clear your um, mind, and just focus on yourself. So that's what this week's about. Got to get myself centered, got to get myself together, and I'm glad I got this opportunity. Now you say, where do you get the money to do all the things I do? Well, my cousin Amy spoils me incredibly, planning this wonderful trip. And you know how much it costs to get to Florida? I think the tickets were like $39, $40, and $39 to get home. Everyone could go to Florida if you want to. You could find deals. So I'm not special, but I do have a free place to stay, and I have people that just are good to me, and I love them. They're precious in my life. So find you some deals and get out and enjoy it. Don't let the Rona keep you down. I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm watching little blizzards play, and looking at the flowers, and the flowers are beautiful. My palm tree and my fountain behind me. I like the sounds of water. Well, have a good day. I love adventure. And let me tell you about them pandas. I was disappointed when I walked up on them pandas. One was sleeping, the other was laid up on a rock. I was laying there, had his head down, eating on some look like peanut snacks. I was like, is this all you're gonna do today? But I was like, no, it's not. I'll come back. When I came back, I seen him eating the bamboo and being all cute and everything. Just being all cute just makes you want to go give him a great big old bear hug. But they said pandas can be dangerous. They said they are very strong. Well, they're a bear, some sort of, cuddly bear. They said they're very strong, and they can snap human bones, even femur bones, and within little ease. So you got to be careful, I guess, around them. But I was just thinking, they're just adorable. And China's going to want these panda bears back pretty soon. We only rent panda bears for so many years for breeding purposes, and they're going to want them back. So if you ever want to see a panda bear, get yourself to Memphis and see them panda bears. Just don't stay at the La Quinta Inn by the airport. And go to that pyramid while you're there. You will spend a couple hours. Now, they had a bowling alley in there. That was amazing. I have sharks hanging from the ceiling and everything, but time didn't permit. But have fun, enjoy your life, have an adventure. If you can't leave where you're at, Google 10 things to do in your area. I Google free things to do near me. Find several things. So don't sit in your house. Put your mask on if you want to put your mask on. But really, when you're out here in nature, you don't have to worry about Rona. Rona is more for buildings and gatherings. Just don't gather together. Just enjoy life. Don't let it stop you, okay? Now, one thing I want to tell you guys. Life is short. Enjoy the ride. But don't get too crazy. Love you.